Hello and welcome back to Archer's Football Extra Time. I'm Will Richards, joined once again by Alex Bayliss. Bayliss, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks, Will. I'm glad that we're back.
Yeah, we've got a great episode for everyone lined up once again. But let's not hide from the fact we've got a massive game this Sunday, don't we? Away at Caernarfon in the semi-finals of the playoffs. What are your thoughts on the game?
Yeah, there's no hiding from the fact it's going to be a tough game. They played each other 4 times this season. Met have 1-2 and Caernarfon have 1-2. So it really is all to play for. I think playing away is going to make a massive difference as well, as opposed to playing at Kincoid. But for me, I think the boys will come through with a 2-1 win.
Yeah, and you mentioned it there, the 4 games, 15 goals have actually been scored in all 4 of those games as well. So, yeah, we should be in for a thrilling encounter
Is there
Sunday.
any players you're looking out for specifically?
There is. Well, from Met side, Adam Roscoe, he's actually no other player in the JD Cymru Premier. He's scored more playoff goals than him, so he's definitely one to look out for from a Cardiff Met point of view. And from Caernarfon as well, Lewis Lloyd, he was actually the top scorer in the league this season, joint top scorer with 16 goals, I believe. And in the quarter-final playoffs, he scored 4 goals against Barry in their 5-2 win. So he's the player for, I think, Caernarfon's danger man, really.
Yeah, and obviously we can't ignore the main man himself, Ryan Reynolds, scored the winner to go into the semi-final. Should we have a look at it?
Yeah.
Let's have a look.
Ni yn y 3 munud sy'n cael ei chwnegu. Lewis Rhys, dim camsefyll, a hyn Morris i gwrso. Morris sydd yn derbyn ar ei frest. Cael y bel nôl fewn i'r canol. Ond na wiriad, Vincent y peio nôl fewn i'r canol a Ryan Reynolds. Yn y munudau ychwanegol. I ennill i Met Gaerdydd. I osgoi cicio ar smotin. Ac i gamu fewn i rownd gynderfynol a gemau ail gyfle. Wel, mae wedi cymryd dros 220 munud o chwarae rhwng y ddau dîm ers y gol diwetha. Ond fel mae goliau'n dod, o hwnna'n un bwysig.
We're now joined in the studio by Director of Football Systems, Chris Baker. Chris, thanks for joining us again. That's back-to-back appearances on the show now. Let's start with Sunday then. Absolutely massive game up at Caernarfon. What are your thoughts going into this one?
Excitement. Yeah, I think it's been a really successful season for the team to date. What the group have achieved over the last 3 years in terms of getting into that top 6 consistently is testament to the players and the coaching staff. Off the pitch and on the pitch, it's been a real sort of summer of transition. So to finish in that top 6 and be in the European shake-up, I think is, it can't be understated. It's a great achievement. But of course, we're now at crunch time and we're looking forward to the challenge ahead of Sunday.
And you've been in this situation before. Firstly, how was that experience for you when you were playing?
I remember the playoff semi-final at Caernarfon, the year we qualified in 2019 very well. Went 1-0 down actually in that game, and I think it was quite infamous. The wall behind the goal fell down, and I actually think on reflection that stemmed the flow and it stemmed Caernarfon's momentum in the game. I actually equalised that day, a bit of a shin roller, bobbled in.
Doesn't matter when they all go in.
They all go in, yeah. And then we went on to win the game, 3-1, and it gave us fantastic momentum then going into the Bala game. But look, going into Sunday, a different prospect. Can't underestimate how strong Caernarfon are. They'll have the Covey Army in full voice as well. We're expecting a really raucous crowd there, so the players will have that to contend with. But I think if we can go there, if we can manage the game, particularly that sort of first 15-20 minutes where the crowd is going to be up and naturally Caernarfon will be fast starters, then hopefully we give ourselves a real good platform to grow into the game. Yeah,
and hopefully history repeats itself with that one. But what is it like then going into the game in more of a backroom staff other than playing? Do you still have the same type of nerves, or is it slightly different? Or
I'll be honest with you, I think personally the nerves are greater. When I was playing, I always felt like I could have a degree of control. on the game. I was an absolute bag of nerves in the quarter-final at Bala. But look, I've absolute, full confidence and faith in Ryan and his coaching staff. The preparations they've been through, with the group have been second to none. And the group are in a good place. I think naturally spirits are high, and I really want the group to go in and embrace the challenge and really enjoy everything that comes with it.
Getting into Europe, how would that propel the club to a new level? Yeah. And what sort of opportunities would that bring?
Yeah, look, naturally I think there's the financial implications, just getting into the first qualifying rounds, we're talking a substantial amount of money for a football club like ours, which will enable us to grow. Naturally the profile, the visibility, the platform, playing in Europe gives you, hopefully enables us to attract new commercial partners, to bring sponsors with us on that journey, which is really, really important for us, in terms of being a sustainable, football club as well. But I also think, the experiences it gives our players, we talk around some of the broader university objectives, providing an outstanding student experience, to have players who come through our system, they really buy into their academic studies. You potentially leaving with a undergraduate, postgraduate degree, but not many people can say they've left university having played, football in Europe. So that's, the real USP of our provision and the platform we can give players.
And switching a little bit slightly, the women's team this year have had a bit of a rough season. It's not been the best season for them. What are the kind of plans over the summer? Is it like a rebuilding situation, or how are they going to kind of get back to the top?
Yeah, I think, look, there's a lot of work to be done within our women's space. I'm not going to shy away from that. I think first and foremost, it's about reflecting and taking accountability around how things have unfolded this season, and then looking at what we can do both on and off the pitch to grow our women's and girls' pathway. One of my early observations, coming into the environment, is we need to strengthen that pathway, and there are plans in place for us to introduce new girls groups, to provide more opportunities for female coaches to come through and really thrive within a pathway, something which is important for us as well. But also recognising that as a women's provision, where perhaps we've maybe taken our eye off the ball in previous years, is the importance of bucks. And I think, irrespective of the relegation, I think it creates new opportunities for us to really sort of focus our energy around what type of team we want to be, and that's certainly a competition next year where I think we need to change tact around how we approach it. But of course, like, the domestic programme is really important for us, and it's working really closely with John and the team to ensure that we get the right people in the environment. I think that's really important for us, but then growing collectively to ensure that we're pushing to be playing Tier 1 football again in 26-27.
Well, thank you very much, Chris, and there's one thing for sure, it is very exciting times ahead for Cardiff Met. But staying with women's football, we caught up with one player who's been a key part of the side for the last 3 years.
My name is Sammy Dziminowicz and I play for the first team here at Cardiff Met, and I'm 20, turning 21 next week. So I'm 2 hours north of Seattle, quite close to the Canadian border. It's a nice small town. I haven't always lived there. I come from a military family, but I went to high school there and it was like the best time of my life. It's a really beautiful place and people are really great. I started playing football when I was 5. My older brother was a really big footballer, and I always chose the numbers that he used to have, just because I always looked up to him. I went to a lot of tournaments growing up. I don't know if it's as big of a thing here, tournaments, but they're like my best memories. We'd go out to a different state for the weekend and we'd play girls from all over. It was always a really fun time. I used to look up to Carly Lloyd a lot. She really values hard work when no one's watching, and I think that really encouraged me to always put extra hours in. My mom's originally from Yorkshire, so I have dual citizenship. And I just thought it'd be really fun to play in Wales, and my plans are to get into the English system, so it was just like the next thing I wanted to do. It's definitely different. I've got made fun of my accent for a bit. First year I was introduced to sarcasm quite on like the big spectrum, but I love the humour. I like being made fun of. I think it makes you tougher, and it's good to laugh at yourself, to be honest.
What do you miss most about America?
My dog.
What's your dog's name?
Tess.
Top dog.
Australian Shepherd. Yeah, she's a little chunk. I'd say it's quite intense in the States. I've been to a few college, like D1 camps, and it was very intense. And there's big squads in the US. Like most of the universities have like 40 people, and so the whole bench and then by the stands would just be like lines of all these girls that then play. So to build my player profile, I thought it would be a better opportunity for me to come over to the UK when there's not as many people playing women's football, but it's still competitive. When I first came, I was recovering from my knee injury, so I didn't play my first year. And it's a competitive squad to then return into and then get into the league itself and play against, all the rest of the teams. It just pushed me to really keep working hard and focus on my confidence in myself. I had surgery in June of 2022. It was a pretty traumatic injury because I tore my ACL in two parts. One was in a tournament in California. They told me it was nothing major, and then in physical therapy, I actually fully tore it. So it was pretty traumatic. But by the time I came over here, I was cleared to start running, and I had a really great couple of physiotherapists that helped me along the way. But it also just took a lot of research myself and, to figure out what was going to work for me. We've had a pretty difficult season, so we've all had to relate to each other and kind of come together to keep pushing through. So it's been massively important that we're all on each other's side. We all love football, so I think at the end of the day, it was another opportunity for us to play every weekend and just give it our all. We genuinely had nothing to lose, so there's no point stressing it. You might as well just go out and really enjoy yourself and work hard. And I think that's always been in our favour. Right now, I think I'm potentially moving to Brighton. Anywhere on the coast really is what I'm planning on looking at. I do graphic design, so I'm going to try and get an internship or a role as a junior designer, and then work my way into the English system and continue women's football.
What are you going to miss most about Cardiff Met?
I really like this pitch. I know it's massive, but I think it's the best pitch in the league, and I don't think you can top playing here. Yeah, Cardiff Met has given me a new confidence as well, because I've been away from home. So it's been an opportunity for me to just rely on my teammates and the support of my coaches as well, and just pushing myself because it's a new environment for me. So it's based on my commitment as how well I'll do.
And good luck to Sammy on the rest of her career. We're now joined by Charlie King, Head of First Team Media. Charlie, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, I'm all good, thank you. Can you just explain a little bit about your role here at Cardiff Met?
So, my role at Cardiff Met has, obviously, it started off as not as much as what it was now. I've developed a lot of skills to move forward in what I'm going to be doing next season. But officially, this season my role was a video producer. So mainly I'd do like pitch side filming, filming the games, following the team, and it's gone a bit more forward where I do follow the team a bit more than I probably was meant to be. But yeah, that's what I do.
How long then have you actually been working in the media? Like, where did the passion come from? And how did you kind of get into the role here at Cardiff Met?
Right, so videography I started a bit later, but I officially started doing like graphic design when I was 12 years old. My dad owned a creative marketing company, Aztec Media, and yeah, he's always been in the industry from about probably my age now, and he just got me on Photoshop one day, and that's where it started really. Watch YouTube videos, learnt the trade, and then when I got to college I kind of moved on to like the videography side of things, so documentary making, mainly through all the Amazon series, like the Man City one. That's mainly what got me started, but yeah, that's pretty much how I got into it.
How is it then being involved with everything and the content creation here at Cardiff Met?
Oh, it's amazing. I mean, I've loved every single minute of it. It doesn't feel like a job, and to be honest, everything that I have done doesn't feel like a job. It's just, again, like we said, my passion. I've been doing it from a young age, so I've been learning a lot along the way, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
And you mentioned Europe there, we will come to Europe, but kind of as an aim at Cardiff Met, what is the aim in the media perspective? What do you want it to get to, basically?
The aim for us at Cardiff Met really is just to make it the best we possibly can. We've got all this amazing facility, we've got all the equipment that we need on hand. It's not like we have to go to a third party company and whatnot. Obviously I have my own equipment, but the techs here do really help a lot with all the stuff that they provide and the course in general. But the way we want it to be is we want it to be top notch. We want it to be the best quality we can be. Obviously there's other footballing sides in the league that quite got a lot of backing behind them. So on the footballing side, they might be a little bit better than us, but we try and battle as much as we can, and that's why on the media side we want to project it in the best way we possibly can.
And how big would it be for Met? Obviously, massive game this Sunday. How big would it be for Met to kind of get into Europe as a club? Yeah,
amazing. I mean, I think the backing would have a lot more. It will help drive the club, definitely. Again, going to Europe and playing all these clubs, they've done it before, so why can't we do it again? I think we've got a good group of lads. I think the team, it's really good. It's not like they just come through the door and go and whatnot. They're all like proper mates, and I think that's what also drives the content. You get people who are really chatty and they love the camera. You would be so surprised, but the first couple of weeks they were a bit like, there's a camera in there and whatnot, but as you get to know them, they love the camera, especially Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, I guess it's just about getting players in that kind of relaxed state, isn't it?
Exactly.
But as you said, Europe, the last time we got to Europe was 6 years ago. So obviously Caernarfon this Sunday. What's the score prediction for that? Because obviously in the last 4 games they've won 2, we've won 2.
I know.
It's
quite tight because obviously they've had really good results. We've had really good results, including playing them. We beat them 4-2 when they came here. We went up to Caernarfon a couple of weeks ago, probably about 3 weeks ago now. Lost 2-1, unfortunately. I think we got it. I think it'll be a reverse of last time, 2-1. I think we'll win 2-1. It's going to be one of those games where there's a goal in it. I think it'll be quite tight. 2
players that are going to be looking forward to that game especially. There's Lewis Rees and Barney Sodhi, and we caught up with them to debate all topics and agree to disagree.
So, Mo Salah is the best winger the Prem has ever seen. 3, 2, 1.
Strongly disagree.
Yeah, I think he's close, but it's a fact that he's not the best Premier League winger ever.
Who is then?
2 names definitely above him for me in ability is, 3 names in ability: Gareth Bale, Hazard, Ronaldo. Then in terms of sort of influence on the team results, Ronaldo's definitely a better footballer. And then Bale had a better period, wasn't there as long. Hazard's technically better. not quite as impactful.
Salah. That's why I'm not going strongly agree, because I'd say Ronaldo's a better footballer, Bale's a better footballer, but Salah's done it for years.
Yeah.
Scores goals,
Was it
changes games.
8 seasons.
I think.
If you looked at Premier League stats, he probably is the best winger because he's.
Hence
I'll
agree.
do over one, and we'll agree.
That's it changing, eh?
Yeah, I'll go disagree.
See, I could go strongly agree, but just
Cool. We'll leave it there. Then.
I'll stick with agree.
Striker is a harder position in football than a defender. 3, 2, 1.
You think striker's hardest, yeah?
It's the hardest one. It's why they're paid the most.
How are you quantifying hardest?
I feel if a striker doesn't score 10 goals a season or doesn't score for 10 games,
Yeah.
they're getting slated. If a defender doesn't keep a clean sheet in 10 games, no one really notices.
So I agree because I think a striker. But the easy thing about being a goal scorer is if you score a goal, you can have a bad game and it's still a good game. Defenders, any mistake leads to a goal. You've had a bad game. There's definitely more scrutiny on every action of a defender versus every action of a forward.
But you've got 4, maybe 5 defenders in the back line. You might have 1, maybe 2 strikers. So you could say, okay,
Or 3. We're playing a 3-4-3. The same.
you've got 2 wingers then.
Okay. A beach holiday is better than a skiing holiday. 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, knew that was coming. It goes about 10 times a year on a ski holiday.
Completely disagree.
I've never been on a ski holiday.
There you go.
I only go on beach
So
holidays.
that's null and void. So you can't have an opinion. That is the. No, I'll put that back. It's a bit mean.
Yeah.
That is the best holiday you can have, hands down. The views, the après, the social side of it, skiing, snowboarding, the food you get in the evening.
So I can't argue with that because I've never been.
Yeah.
But my argument for that is I've been training and playing for, 10 months of the year, to then go away and just sit in the sun and chill.
Yeah, but you'd go away and have a golf holiday, play 4 days in a row.
Yeah, but that's different. That's golf.
3 hours sleep.
It's skiing or beach, not beach or golf.
Yeah, well, having tried both, I think I would definitely win this one.
I can't really.
Nothing compares.
I don't have a leg to stand on.
I think it is.
All right, yeah.
I hope you come with me next year if we go away with the uni. It is the best thing I've ever done.
Yeah, that's fine.
Goal saving clearance is better than a last minute winner. 3, 2, 1.
Only reason I'm not there is because there's no scenes after a clearance off the line, unless it's literally the last kick of the game. If you score a last minute winner, everyone's running off the corner flag with you, subs running down the touch line.
Best feeling ever.
Yeah, they wouldn't know.
You cannot tell me the best feeling ever is clearing the ball off a line.
But
I get it must be a great feeling, but you're only saving a draw. That's to win the game.
that's only avoiding. That's the same. It's the same points. You're going from a draw to 3 points or 3 points to a draw. It's the same thing. But that, as a defender, gets my blood going more. But I would love it if after we cleared one off the line, everyone come and piled on me and they could celebrate.
So, yeah,
goal.
You're not running down like shirt off to the corner flag here after clearing off the line. You just, goalkeeper might say, "Oh, cheers for that," and you carry on.
That's what I said. That's why I'm not over it. I genuinely would rather clear one off the line. If it was like they've gone round the keeper, I've slid one off the line, that would.
But I think that's the only reason people like take up football, is for moments like that. No one grows up like, "Oh, I wish I could just clear the ball off a line." They go, "I just want to score a last minute winner."
Yeah.
So
But then my football's changed over that time as I've become a defender. I'd rather clear one off the line. Completely serious, I'd rather clear one off the
I
line.
think you're wrong.
A Jaffa cake is a cake, not a biscuit.
I hate this argument.
3, 2, 1.
See, I really could not care less which it is.
I
But the
could,
fact it's got cake in its name means it should be a cake.
Same point. Cake in the name is cake, and I've never eaten one.
You've never eaten a Jaffa cake?
Never had a Jaffa cake.
You might as well just tip your cup off the table, it doesn't matter then.
Well, I can have an opinion on what it is. It looks like a biscuit. It's named a cake, so I'm going cake.
But it's like it's got a spongy bottom, like sponge is a cake.
Cake. I think it's cake, but
Alright, that's quite easy then.
I haven't eaten one.
How have you never eaten a Jaffa cake?
Mate, it's mental foods I've never eaten.
He doesn't eat sweets or chocolate though.
I eat chocolate. I've never eaten a sweet.
Never had a sweet life.
Any.
Well, certainly a few very questionable takes there, but moving swiftly on, Alex and I actually had the honour in commentating over the final of the Alfie Woolet Cup last week. For those of you that don't know, the Kincoy Cup was renamed after Alfie Woolet, who sadly passed away a few years ago. Alex, you've actually won the competition twice, and you're the self-proclaimed most capped player in tournament history. So just talk to me a little bit about why the tournament's important.
Yeah, obviously it's for players that aren't involved in the buck system directly. It's more of a social occasion as well. Everyone gets together, you meet people. If you're a fresher, it's a great chance to meet new friends, meet new people. And it is then for them people that, the buck systems can be harsh. So it is nice for players to, still get a chance to play social football. There's league tables, and then you play into a semi-final and final. And the semi-final and final play on the same day. And they're always a really nice occasion. Obviously, you say we commentated on it, it was a really nice day. Sun was shining. And yeah, it's just a really nice tournament for everyone who, isn't playing in the buck systems to play some social football, and it's a good laugh.
Yeah, definitely. And we've got to say a massive thank you to Lewis Rees as well for organising and help organise that tournament. But it was a high scoring game, wasn't it? Should we have a look at the highlights from it?
Yeah, let's have a look.
An in-swinging delivery. Looking to find another man, and that could go anywhere, and it's into the back of the net. Ron and Cal's team take the lead into Freebury. Looking to cut onto his right foot, which he does. Still, the shot now onto his left foot, Freebury. In for Jenner, who makes it two. There's Ben Symes. He's found the ball again, Symes. Going inside, going outside. Symes still across goal, and that's the third. Some great footwork there. Allowing Julian down the right-hand side. The ball whipped in. There's a chance! And another chance goes begging. Again, the tempo just being slowed right down. Into Ben Symes, who thinks the ball over the top, and there could be another chance here. The shot comes in, and there's the fourth. And that's a lofty clearance. It finds Symes, who's just again teasing Julian, and he's breezed past him. Still Symes. Symes! Well, he teased Julian, and since he's come on, the right back's had a torrid time. Symes got past him, broke into the box, gave Breeze the eyes, and just rolled the ball into the back of the net. So that one into Jenner. Yeah. Strong challenge for Jenner. Through once again, another tackle comes in. Jenner still round the keeper, and he makes it 6. An opportunity wasted. And here's Harris now with a chance to break, and there's an overload here. That's a great ball. And this could be 7. And it is. It looks like he's adopted a left wing position. He started the game in right back as the shot comes in there. What a goal! How far was that? 40 yards, 50 yards?
Yeah, what a finish.
An absolute thunderbolt.
And a massive thank you to everyone who was involved in the Alfie Wullet Cup and making it happen. Now, switching lanes to the academy, we mic'd up Coach Alex Croker as he takes us through a training session.
Make sure we apply ourselves right tonight. Okay, split up into threes. We've done this before. I need to see us with quality doing it. Yes, Harris, ball to me. Good lad, GT. Sharp, sharp, sharp. Can I have quality? Good, well done, you 3. Luca, I'm going to come in here and show this time. Okay, okay. In terms of on the ball, In terms of the ball, very reflective of Sunday. Okay, very good. Okay, what is lacking at the minute is I can't hear a word you're saying. I need it to be louder. Okay, I need to make sure this reflects how we're going to be against Caernarfon on Sunday. You make a run to one side. Okay, you then play into you set you go into there. What let us down on Sunday? Where did they have success? In Middle of the Park, how? Not tight enough. Ready, play. 1, 2. When Louis got through there, is anyone with him? Okay, that's what cost us Sunday. That's what we need to make sure is right ahead of Caernarfon. Excellent, Greens. Great finish, Louis Marshall. Well done. Can you? Yes, Louis, clinical for me. Okay, what do I still want to see? Reaction, yes. Communicate, one more. Begins with a C, ends in concentration. What is it? Concentration. Thank you. Harris, come here. Harris, come here. Make sure, okay, when we're having that press in there, go on then, play. Make sure when you're having that press in there, when it's your man that's running off you, okay, I've got no problem with you watching the ball in there, but scanning where he is. If you're my man and I'm going to affect the ball, okay, I still know you're there every time. Okay, scan that shoulder. It's so important for you in that middle, okay? Can you finish? Good save. Okay, that should fill you with confidence. That intensity, okay, that load in there we've just done is what I need to see on Sunday. Well done, boy.
No, turn me back, son.
Not bad. Well done, mate. One job. All good?
Well, some great insight being shown there into one of our academy training sessions, and hopefully we can see a few of those talents break into the first team in a few years' time as well. But recently, Varsity Fever sweep past Kincoy campus with both the women's and men's teams facing off against Bath. Here's the highlights from both of those games.
Referee just waiting, and we're good to go. The corner taken right underneath Farrow, comes to claim, and the ball ends up in the back of the Cardiff Met net.
Yeah, great corner by Bath. Really unfortunate. I think Sammy Diaz tried to get ahead on it. Unfortunately, the player behind her just a bit taller, but great goal by Bath.
Whereas for Met, it's a little bit of a mix of all sides.
Yeah, I think we've had quite a few injuries.
There's that one in behind there, Bath. Davison switched off, and it could be a chance. Farrow. A great save, but the ball on the line. And it's into the back of the net for 2-0. Davidson switched off, the ball played in behind. The shot, Farrow.
I think it's that, yeah.
Couldn't keep it out. Centre back.
Yeah, it shows her versatility and how crucial she is to this Bucks team.
Could be a chance here for Colleton though. The shot comes in.
She's unlucky there. It's obviously got a corner.
Yeah, I think a slight deflection on that one. In a little bit as Bath take this corner short with Hiles, the captain. The ball now comes into the box. The shot comes away, but Farrow safely behind it again. Colleton doing well there, keeping the ball in play.
Yeah, great feet.
There could be a chance here. The ball taken to the byline, whipped in. It falls to Colleton on the edge of the box. She's taken out. The referee put his whistle to his mouth.
Oh.
I have to say, it did look like a penalty from up here. Big cheers underneath us for some reason.
Great feet, Sammy Diaz.
This ball's played to Liv Barnes, and that's a great ball in behind for Colleton. And again, the offside flag goes up. She puts the ball into the back of the net anyway.
Get us back into the game.
As for Bath, they just need to keep doing what they're doing. As they've broken into the box here. Great footwork there. The ball across Farrow, and it's 3!
Superb goal by
Bath score a third. And they run over here to the Bath supporters with the Archer celebrations.
Yeah.
Get up the pitch, but again, that Bath defence doing what they've done all game, but that one, the pass just a little bit sloppy. Maybe a chance for Met here. Still with Met to the byline, the ball whipped across. The shot comes in and Met have a go back.
There we go. You never know how long we got.
Nearing the final 10 minutes, the score is now 3-1.
Superb ball by Mara Costello to set that attack up, and then into the box. Superb finish as well. Back in the game.
Back in the game with 10 minutes to go. Alenga takes the throw in. And back to Farrow. Maybe not the legs on that one. Farrow beaten to it.
Yeah.
The Bath player went for the shot when there may have been a better option. And that is that. Full time here at the King Coy Stadium. Bath 3-1 winners in this one. So Blake to take again. This one driven in, and underneath it a Cardiff Met head cleared, and Lewis Roos will chase after this one. Is one there? Has won the ball first and was taken out. The referee blows for a foul, and the first yellow card of the game has been awarded.
But it's Jacob Osborne who's come on in replace of him, and big opportunity for him now to make his mark on this
Lawrence
game.
looks to win the header, and the volley comes in!
Tom Hands
as is
as well.
the captain, Tom Hands, the left footer. Blake takes it quickly, whips in. And that one, well, Wood Harris missed it completely. So Watkins over this one, drives the ball in. The flag was up. It was Toby Jones with the header. 51-49, so 2 points in it, which makes this result so much bigger, Aled.
It does, it absolutely does. This the overall score in Varsity is really, really close, and this game could have a huge impact on who wins
As
later
Osborne
on.
whips the ball in, Crawford's underneath it. He parried it into the danger zone. So there'll be quite a few of them fancying their chances in this one.
And I think this one,
I think it is.
I think they're more likely to go for goal this time. I think
It is
it's going to have a go.
Who lines it up? That one's parrying, and it's into the back of the net. But the offside flag is up.
Just to be able to snuff those balls out quickly.
That delivery from Hands, maybe just a little bit overhit. It does find Collins, who's whipped it back in for Dickinson. As Watkins plays the ball back to Alfie Jones. Jones to Osborne now. Met just probing as the ball's crossed in yet again. The header underneath it to Lawrence. The shot comes in!
What a save that is.
What a save by Crawford.
Owen Crawford. That was a brilliant save. Lovely bit of neat play by Cardiff Met as they take it quickly.
Veal whips the ball in, and there's the Lawrence, and it's in! Cardiff Met take the lead! It's Louis Lawrence, who might have just sealed it for Cardiff Met.
Well, we mentioned Louis Lawrence and how good he's been defensively in this game, and he's produced a moment that could possibly win Cardiff Met Varsity. It's a header, it's an ugly header down into the ground, but Crawford, having produced a brilliant save a moment ago, can't keep that one out. And Louis Lawrence, who's had a brilliant game at the back, might have just produced the winner for his side.
And Lawrence there again, appeals of handball, the referee waves it away. I think it would have been harsh to give. But Skiverton now, and that's a really strong challenge from Tom Hands, who receives his second yellow of the game and his marching orders. Bath's captain has been sent off. They need one chance to save their season, and they might get it here. As the ball falls to Collins, who goes down in the box, and the referee reprimands Collins for diving. Well, I think the referee got that one spot on. Collins went looking for it, and that is that. Cardiff Met defeat Bath 1-0 in the Varsity football. and take a massive step towards the title.
And there you are, the Varsity highlights. Will, you were actually at both games on the day. What were your thoughts?
Yeah, I was down there throughout the day for both women's and men's games. Yeah, the women's, it was a tough match. It's a side ravaged by injuries as well. And Bath in their own right, the women's side, they're a really, really strong team. They actually beat the University of East London 3-0 in the Western Playoff to gain promotion to the Women's Prem. So, yeah, Bath are a really, really strong team. And as for the men's, well, Louis Lawrence popping up with that goal and what a moment. And to be there for that, I think, just summed up the day and what Varsity is all about. And, it's a moment that really clinched the Varsity title for the first time for Cardiff Met. So, yeah, it was great to be down there for both games.
And what a day that was, Will. I think there's a nice place for us to wrap up the fight for the second episode.
It definitely is, because that's all that we have time for today. Thank you to both of our guests for joining us on the sofa this time around. And we'll see you next time for the grand finale of Archers Football Extra Time.